on this Monday morning, May 12th. Thanks for joining us on ARC Rochester. I'm Abby Fridman.
And I'm Dan Schrack. We have a packed 2 full hours to get through, so let's run down what we have brewing for you this Monday.
All right, so this morning we're looking ahead to a special fundraiser that you have to see to believe. Do you get that?
Yes, I do.
We're going to be talking more about the upcoming Color Craze run hosted by Gigi's Playhouse.
And then it's this week's edition of Health in a Handbasket. And this morning, our registered dietitian is giving us some tips on how to incorporate more produce into our meals.
Yeah, and then later we'll be getting a Monday morning pick-me-up. We'll be giving a limited time product a try coming up in this morning's Trend Trials.
I feel like I need that right now.
Oh. Really?
I do. Do you not know what it is?
No, I know what it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel like it would be beneficial to do like right at the top of the 8, but I don't think that's the case.
Nope.
Before all of that, we do want to get a check of some of our top headlines with this morning's news break.
This morning, Hamas is set to release the last known living American hostage in Gaza. Hamas saying it'll free Eden Alexander as a goodwill gesture for the Trump administration. The New Jersey native and Israeli soldier was taken captive October 7th, 2023. This will be the first hostage release since Israel shattered an 8-week ceasefire with Hamas. Alexander's family is on their way to Israel ahead of that release.
Meantime, following months of uncertainty, the United States and China have reached a trade agreement. U.S. and Chinese officials say they've reached a deal to roll back most tariffs and call the 90-day pause so they can keep talking to resolve any trade disputes. The announcement has sent shares surging this Monday.
An 18-year-old is still fighting for his life after a shooting in Rochester. Police were called to Augustine Street near Dove around 10 Saturday night, but learned the victim had already been taken to the hospital. He remains in with life-threatening injuries. As of this morning, no arrests have been made.
Rochester police need your help finding a missing 78-year-old man. This on your screen is Leon Dukes. He was last seen around noon yesterday in the area of Brown Street. Dukes has dementia and other medical issues and could require immediate care. He was last seen wearing a striped shirt and jeans. If you see him or have any information on his whereabouts, call 911 right away.
The Rochester City School Board is expected to approve a more than $1 billion budget for the next academic year. The 2025-26 spending plan aims to boost reading and math scores while taking direct aim at chronic absenteeism and student suspensions. To help close a significant deficit, the district relied on additional state aid and eliminated more than 130 positions. The board meets tonight at 6, with City Council set to cast its vote next month.
And for all these stories and any new developments, make sure to head over to our website, 13wham.com.
All right, we'll switch gears now and get a look at the forecast this Monday because we are going to see some beautiful weather out there.
Yeah, plenty of sunshine, temperatures nearing 80 degrees. Meteorologist Marty Snyder is standing by with the very latest. Hey there, Marty.
Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah, it looks like some beautiful weather's coming up for us today. Already that sunshine is winning out quite well, and I think that'll be the theme as we head forward. You can see that sunshine really holding on quite well at this point. We were as low as 41 earlier this morning, and already just during this short time frame, we're already up 15 degrees from that, 56 currently. So that's a nice increase in numbers. And I think we will see that rapid increase throughout the rest of the day today. That's going to help to put numbers by noon up to about 73, probably somewhere in the upper 70s to near 80 for an early afternoon high. And then a little lake breeze sets up, and that may pull a few degrees off those temperatures going through the afternoon. So that's why we'll be down to 76 by 4 p.m. But in general, a much warmer day than what we experienced yesterday. We'll keep the sun around. We'll just add to those numbers. And then longer term, 60 for a low temperature tonight. Tomorrow, risk of rain comes up a fair amount. And then each day this week, that chance is there for a few showers. So today looks like one of the better days we'll see for this week. One of the warmer days as well. Again, at least closing in on 80 as we head through the afternoon. So overall, well above average for those numbers as we head through the day, guys.
All right.
Well,
thank you, sir. We like that.
Yeah.
We like average, but above average is always better.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
All right, let's go off the top and start with some of the stories that have piqued our interest this morning. I'm going to kick things off, and I want to talk about a shocking case out of Albuquerque where 2 young boys, ages 7 and 9, were involved in an armed standoff with law enforcement. You heard all that right. So this incident happened back in February, but the body camera video and drone video was recently released from the sheriff's office and shows the children hiding behind an outdoor air conditioning unit. One of those kids holding a handgun and passing it back and forth. The boys dressed in pajamas, one wearing Star Wars, the other Minecraft. Again, remember, they're 7 and 9 years old. According to deputies, the gun was fired at least once, damaging a wall on that property. Police say the children were unharmed and the gun was safely recovered. The sheriff's office says his office has responded to the boys' home more than 50 times. 50. And yet the children remained in that environment. No arrests have been made in connection to this incident. Those boys, you see them there being detained, but they were later released to family members, and the sheriff's office confirms that therapy and support services have now been put in place. Officials are still investigating how that firearm ended up in the kids' hands, but according to reports, it belongs to their father, who's currently incarcerated. As this investigation continues, it's hard not to think about how we got here. How does a 7-year-old find a loaded gun? How do police get called to the same house 50 times and nothing changes until now? It's clear these kids have been failed, not by law enforcement, not by the community, but by the adults in their lives who were supposed to protect them. These boys are still young enough to turn this around, but that will only happen if the people around them decide to do better. And at some point, the state has to step in and say, enough is enough. Absolutely unbelievable.
Wow, yeah, that video is definitely shocking.
And you can hear a woman in that video. There's no audio on that. But in the body camera video and the drone video, presumably mom asking very nicely for the boys to put the gun down. It's maddening and infuriating.
Yeah.
It genuinely is.
Yeah.
The lack of parental respect. And how can you blame the 7 and 9-year-old? That's all they know.
Right.
All they know.
The Star Wars pajamas really kind of put things
Right?
into perspective a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In pajamas.
Yeah. Definitely. It'll be interesting to keep our eye on it and see what happens. But, you know, I guess you'd like to think that maybe that would be a turning point, you know, something that
You would
serious
certainly
of that
hope.
nature. You know, I don't know what the other 49 calls to the house actually were, but,
Yeah.
you know, maybe this was the breaking point. Something has to change.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, well, we'll move on to my story now. Kind of sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. We talked about it a little bit on the show, but it finally happened. The Soviet spacecraft that launched more than 50 years ago came crashing back to Earth. The probe, called Cosmos 482, was originally launched by the Soviet Union in '72 as part of a mission to explore Venus. It was supposed to land on the surface of the planet where temperatures can reach 900 degrees. But a rocket malfunction left it stranded in Earth's orbit instead. Most of the spacecraft fell back within a few years. But the lander, the part built to survive that intense heat, stayed in orbit for decades. Until now. On Saturday, several space agencies confirmed the lander finally re-entered the Earth's atmosphere. Here on Arc Rochester, we were kind of wondering where it would end up. Well, Russia's space agency believes it came down over the Indian Ocean. But other experts aren't so sure. The European Space Agency said their radar never picked it up when it was expected over Germany, which was the first sign that it had already fallen. So, where is its final resting place? Still kind of a mystery. The lander itself is about 3 feet wide, weighs over 1,000 pounds, and is encased in titanium. In other words, this thing is kind of like a tank. Scientists had warned that parts of it might survive re-entry, unlike most satellites that burn up completely on the way down. Some debris may have made it to the surface, though nobody has reported finding anything. It is important to say, while this might sound dramatic, the odds of it hurting anyone were extremely low, Experts emphasized from the start that nobody would likely be hurt from this. But what made the Cosmos 482 unique is that it re-entered uncontrolled. Normally, flight controllers will kind of guide these into crash into remote areas like the South Pacific. In this case, though, there was no control. It was just gravity doing its own thing. Tracking the fall was not easy, like we just talked about. Between solar activity and the spacecraft's age, the exact timing and location were nearly impossible to predict. Space watchers were even a little disappointed by how vague and anticlimactic the ending was. One Dutch scientist joked that if it really fell into the Indian Ocean, only the whales saw it. U.S. Space Command, which monitors thousands of objects in orbit, hadn't officially confirmed the landing as of Saturday afternoon. They are still reviewing the data, but their interest makes sense. Cosmos 482 got a lot more attention than most re-entries because of the size and durability. And this isn't the first time a spacecraft has made an unscheduled return. You might remember back in 2021, part of a massive Chinese rocket made headlines for its uncontrolled re-entry, one that also sparked a lot of concern about debris risk. Again, it also ended up landing in the ocean. The events are rare, but they do raise questions about how aging space hardware is managed. Now, according to international space law, which while doing research for this, I guess I was kind of surprised that there's space law, but I guess, it checks out. Legally, this piece of machine belongs to Russia. So if by chance you should find a hunk of it floating somewhere in the Indian Ocean, you legally are not allowed to keep it.
Okay, so here's my question.
Okay.
If a tree falls in the forest, how do we know it's back on Earth?
We don't.
If no one has the data, there's no video, there's no conclusive evidence. Germany said they didn't see it go overhead when they were supposed to. How do we know it's back here?
We don't. We don't know.
We don't?
I'm trusting the scientists who say it is back. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But if I happened to be a scientist, I would say, really?
If I found it in the Indian Ocean, would I give it back? Yeah, absolutely. Am I keeping part of it? 100%.
It's illegal, Daniel.
I don't care. I'm breaking that law.
Going to prison.
They're not going to take me to prison. I'm keeping part of it.
Okay.
I'm going to break it up into even smaller pieces and sell it on eBay.
Tell it to the judge, man. That's all I have to say.
Stick around. When we come back, much more on Arc Rochester, including checking in with Chris Lopez one more time, serving up some serious. He's eating. He's eating.
What else is new? Don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel, as well as foxrochester.com. Stick around. We're back after this.
8:15, Rochester has a long list of great restaurants to choose from, but what happens when two of them amalgamate?
Good things, I'm gonna guess. Next week, you have the chance to find out because pizza maker Doughboyz Rock and bread maker Public Provisions will team up for a 5-course meal.
Certainly will.
Chris Lopez is live at Doughboyz Rock this morning, giving the menu a taste test. Chris, I just want to point out, I also have not had breakfast yet this morning, and pretty hungry over here. Just saying, buddy.
I got. Don't worry. I got you covered. I got you covered, Abby.
Yeah, and it's garbage.
Dan, amalgamation. I got you. Don't worry. Amalgamation, Dan. I don't know what that's coming from. You can no longer make fun of me for saying pugilist anymore with that one, my friend. But we've been talking about pizza all day. But what about the beer here at Sager Beer Works? I'm going to bring in Paul, who is the owner. We got a nice flight coming in here. But tell me a little bit about the place. This is not just one brewery. It's two breweries. There's two entities here.
That's right. We started as Sager Beer Works, and later we decided to bring in another partner, Stoneyard Brewing Company. So we are the only dual brewery tap room in Western New York. So you can enjoy two breweries in one location.
And as the kids say, give me the vibe of this place. You said pretty much 3 words to describe this.
Drink, eat, relax. Yeah, we are so cozy. We are extra cozy here. We've got this communal German-style beer table here. We've got our cozy corner if you want to get away, and we've got a traditional bar too.
Yeah, the fellas at Doughboyz Rock presenting all of the pizza, giving you guys the food here. How long have you been brewing beer, though?
Me personally, I started as a home brewer in early 90s, went pro about 12 years ago. This is my second brewery.
I like that, went pro. And we have a nice flight in front of us right here. I want to go from light to dark. What am I going to be tasting here? I see jam. Is that correct?
Jam is called It's by Jam. It's our very popular beer. It's a New England style IPA, so low bitterness, high fruitiness, very drinkable for an IPA.
I was going to say, I like that for an IPA. Normally IPAs punch you in the face essentially, and I don't want to be punched again after I drink one taste. That's pretty good.
We pride ourselves in drinkability. You can have more than one of these. You know, they're not shock and awe beers. Very drinkable.
To the Cali.
The Cali Dreamin'. You had that one earlier. It's the West Coast style IPA. So this one's more traditional IPA. You're getting more pine and citrusy, kind of just stronger.
That's a punch right there, man. That's
right.
a punch.
But it goes well with the bee sting pizza. That's a key thing. This is Paolo's Frulli. I'm Paolo. Okay. So it's a Italian strawberry sour. So it's tart, but this fresh strawberry character to it.
Hands down my favorite here, the sour. I recommend this. Sours are my favorite, so I'm biased, and then I want to move over to the stout.
And this is Smugtown Stout, or award-winning export stout, so it's a bit stronger than, say, Guinness is, but it's very full-bodied, very good with dark meats and other rich foods.
Thank you so much for the flight. When are you guys open, though?
We're open 7 days a week, so 4 to 9 weekdays, noon on weekends. The kitchen is open Tuesday through Saturday.
Thank you, Paul. We're going to be featuring Paul in the next hit, coming up with some fresh beer and some sweet treats. But I want to go over, let's not forget the headliners of the show, Doughboyz Rock. We have Jim right there. We have Nico prepping everything. We got the pizza coming out. Collaboration is on next Tuesday, 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Tickets still available. Where can people get tickets at?
Tickets people can get at sager.com on TicketLeap.
What's this?
This is the Carmella, named after one of our regulars. It is a white pizza, confit garlic, mozzarella provolone, Italian sausage, peppers, and onions.
And the story behind this is pretty cool. Can you elaborate on that? This was birthed off of a customer, right?
Yeah, so we have a regular that comes in. His name's Steve Carmella. Shout out to Steve. Comes in every week, and every week he wanted a sausage white pizza. So, you know, because we love him so much, we decided to put it on the menu, and we named it after him. So.
Did you say banana pepper? Is there banana pepper in that? I love the banana pepper on my pizza. Now, when it comes to the different pizzas that you have here, you rotate a feature every single week, right?
Every week we do a new cookie special and a pizza special, so we rotate that.
What's your favorite pizza off the menu?
Off the menu, I'm going to go with the margarita. I like to keep it simple.
Nico, what about you? Favorite pizza off the menu?
It's got to be that one, the Carmella.
I love it. Love the banana pepper on this. They also, Dan, they got a vegan pizza as well. I'm going to send it back to you guys in studio. We have a sweet treat for you coming up next here on ARC Rochester.
Are you going to bring that vegan pizza back?
I think it would be cruel if you didn't.
I don't know. Stay tuned. Find out.
All right, Mr. Lopez, thank you. We appreciate it.
When we come back, we're getting a look at today's forecast as well as weather trivia.
We're back after this.
Welcome back. Mark is here giving us a look at today's warmer temperatures and our weather trivia, too.
Yeah, and talking about the trivia here, it was just 5 years ago, and what a difference, compare and contrast today's weather to where we were at that point 5 years ago. So the first 2 weeks of May in Rochester were really cold.
2020?
In 2020. And a lot of people don't remember it because remember this was that COVID period.
Yeah.
It was like the first 6 weeks of that, and life was just in chaos.
Yeah, we had just been locked down, I think, at that point.
End of March and this, in April and May. So a lot of folks don't have this lasting memory of this, but it was really cold. That's the trivia today. On this date just 5 years ago, this was the fourth record low temperature that we set in the first 2 weeks of that month. So this was 5/12/2020. How cold did it get? Did it get down to 23? Did it get down to 25? Did it get down to 30? Or did it get down to 35 degrees? And that's not a great thing. This time of the year, the fruit trees are opening up, all the buds, and it got chilly. So we'll have that answer at 9.
And this is the record low.
This will be the record low.
Yep.
The fourth record low.
And of that first 2 weeks of that month.
Okay.
Back in 2020.
I think I know.
Okay, I've got an educated guess.
Okay. We'll have the answer coming up, of course, coming up on Fox. Here's a look at. Oop! Did I just give it away?
Uh-oh. Seriously, McLean?
that?
Yes, we did see that.
I didn't
There was
pay
four,
attention
but there was
to
four.
it.
There was
Yeah,
four.
I saw him.
Oh.
And the lowest
Well, then-
one was on the far right.
Don't.
No.
Then don't.
Yes, it was.
Well, that was the 13th. It was in the first 2 weeks. Did I say the last? It might have been the third record low.
So just don't play, because I didn't see it.
Okay.
You just gotta sit this one out.
Well, and only
Everybody
one of
with a
them.
DVR at home.
Only one of them was an option.
Right.
It's okay.
It's all right.
If you DVR'd this, rewind it, and then guess on Facebook.
And then you get to rewatch Dan's angry reaction.
Oh,
It's a short week.
did.
It's a
yeah,
short
it is.
week.
It's a short
For some
week.
of
Okay.
us.
All right. Let's look at the temp now. 56, so that's already 15 degrees higher than where we started this morning. The southwest breeze helping us out. Nice to see that green canopy out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dew point temperature 33, so it still feels pretty dry. And satellite radar shows, we're going to see a lot of sunshine today. But much like last week's forecast, this is a cutoff low again. It's just not centered close enough to us that it's going to have the same impact this week as that system had last week, where it was just daily rainfall. We will have a chance the next few days of seeing rain, and it looks like Tuesday is our best opportunity to see rain. I don't know if you want to look at it like that compared to where we were last week, but that flow off the Atlantic is going to bring in quite a bit of moisture as we head through Tuesday. So clouds will start to increase later tonight while you're sleeping. There's the morning commute tomorrow morning, some showers in town at that point, and late afternoon, evening. We'll still see a few showers, but it just doesn't have the same impact on Wednesday as what we saw last week. So your festival forecast, heading down to the Lilac Festival? Ooh.
Love it.
We'll take it, right?
That's honest.
Yep.
That's great festival weather.
And we had a great weekend, too. I mean, it was a little chilly yesterday. It did, even with the sun, it did get a little bit chilly, but 70s out there, near 80 on Friday, 73 for Why does that say Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
I don't know. Is that supposed to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday?
It's supposed to be Tuesday, Wednesday,
Okay.
Thursday. I'll fix that. We'll put it back up next time. But planning forecast has 73 at lunchtime, 76 at 4 o'clock. It's going to feel more like June this afternoon. And there's the extended forecast. That's what it should look like, right? So we've got temperatures that are doing pretty well. Upper 70s late this week. That chance for rain is there Friday, Saturday, but it is not a washout. We'll drop back through the upper 60s on Sunday. Boy, is it a Monday today.
It is. Well, listen, people at home should know that you run into the building shortly before air.
Well, 7:30, but
Yeah.
I could have caught that.
It's okay.
We're not
We'll
blaming
forgive you.
you.
How many mistakes have we made so far?
At least a dozen.
Whoa. Okay, that's a lot. I was thinking like 2 for me, but
Were you there at 5?
I'm gonna pour a
5 was
cup of
rough.
coffee.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it's all good. And listen, we deserve this sunshine. We deserve
nice.
these warm temps.
It's nice. Everything is opening up real nice now, and the buds are open. And the
You were
flowers.
talking about that green foliage out
Yeah.
there. And so yesterday, sitting on the couch, and I looked out the window, and it was the first time I clocked it. The tree out front, it was all starting to, it all popped.
Like in
at
one
some
night?
point. Yeah.
Do you
yeah.
know what kind of tree? Locust tree, maybe? It's late.
Couldn't tell you.
Does it have little small leaves on it?
No, they're big.
They're big? Okay.
They're big. When they're small now.
Yeah.
They'll get big.
They'll get big. So
I don't know. If one of my neighbors is watching, what kind of tree is that?
Could be a
Oak,
tulip.
cherry, pine,
yeah.
birch. I don't know. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah. Yep.
Time right now is, I can't see that, 8:28. Much more to get to this morning on Arc Rochester.
We're back right after this.
All right, make that 3 mistakes.
8:31, thanks so much for sticking with us here on ARC Rochester this Monday. We want to look ahead to the weekend because why not? And because Gigi's Playhouse wants the community to lace up their shoes and take part in a very special fundraiser.
Yeah, they're getting ready to host the upcoming Color Craze Running for a Reason event, and this morning we're learning all about it.
For more, we are joined now by Director of Playhouse Operations and Speech Language Development. That's Kristen Housel, and Program and Volunteer Coordinator Haley Everett. Thank you both so much for waking up bright and early and coming in. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, for someone sitting at home who's saying to themselves, you know, I've heard of Gigi's Playhouse, but I don't know what they do, remind them of all of the incredible work that happens there.
Yeah, so we're a national organization and we're a Down Syndrome Achievement Center, and we offer free purposeful programs to individuals with Down syndrome of all ages, and we have a lifetime commitment to family. So kind of what a day would look like for a kiddo, they can participate in anything from like cooking classes, fitness classes, speech therapy, math, art, anything they really need to help them thrive in the community and just have a place for them.
It's really incredible.
It is, and explain why that's so important for the kids and the parents too.
Right, so I feel like it's a way to them to find their community. We have a lot of families that come in that they've never heard about us, or their kiddos maybe never even seen another individual with Down syndrome, so being able to find their people and make connections, and it's so cool to see them like grow up together and just have those families meet each other and be able to find their people.
The support, I imagine, that is built within that organization, family to family, is truly remarkable. And you guys do such a great job showing that to the community with events like this. Who wants to dive in first?
Sure. So it's a 1 mile color walk / run. It takes place at TSC Gates this Sunday. Check-in starts at 9:30 and the race will kick off about 10 o'clock. We have Burn Boot Camp emceeing the event. We have Lululemon coming to set up a hydration station. We've got several food vendors. We have permanent jewelry, airbrush and face painting. It's going to be a great morning for all of our families that are participating.
So 1 mile is pretty doable too. You know, and it's a walk, run. People with strollers, can they bring the strollers?
Yep, we have right now we have a team it's a baby. She's about 6-7 months old, who will be in a stroller. Maybe not getting all the colors thrown at her, but I think mom's ready and prepared for it. But yeah, we've got about I think 17 or 18 teams signed up for it already. We're about a little over 100 people. And counting. This week, the final week is the big push for it, and it's open to all ages, all abilities. It's going to be a great morning.
Okay, we've touched on the work you guys do. I need to kind of veer off into just a sidebar here because these color runs are such Instagrammable moments.
Yes.
People love this stuff on social media, and I mean, it looks like so much fun when you're running through, and then you're running through, clouds of white smoke and blue smoke, and it just looks really incredible.
Yeah.
How do you pull that off?
So it's our second annual. Last year was our first go at it, and yeah, we have tons of community supporters coming to volunteer for the event. We have parents coming to volunteer for the event. I have a local sports team coming to volunteer for the event. So it's really a good way for us to get Gigi's out there in the community. It's a good way for our families and our kiddos to take part in something that's, really important, and bringing the Playhouse out in the community for people to see, and it helps, it brings the meaning right back to where it's most important, and that's our free programming.
And I imagine that programming and all of the work that you do is so rewarding when you see how happy those kids are. Day after day, they get to go, they get to have fun. Explain how the money raised will be used to keep those smiles going.
Yeah, so like I said, it's completely free to our families, and some families walked in and they're like shocked by that. So to be able to provide a resource that they have basically no money to have to worry about to provide these resources for them, and they can just come and they can learn and they can grow, and these programs help us keep them free to all our families.
What do your clients, and specifically their families and the ones you work with on a daily basis, what did they think of this event last year, and what are they hoping for this year?
So I think everybody came away from it, more. I think they were surprised at how fun it actually was. We started it off. Everybody had their own individual packet of colors, so that's what you see in that picture right there.
That's
so
cool.
It was really cool. So I think that it was like a really fun kickoff. And then the color itself, it was just it was a magical day. Honestly, it was something we haven't ever done before. I was really proud of it last year. And this year, I'm really excited. I've got some vendors coming, which we didn't have before. We've got food trucks coming. We have macaronin. We have Buddha burgers. We have Scoops ice cream. And then also the permanent jewelry, airbrushing, face painting. I'm really excited. I think it's going to
You're
be
making
great.
like a whole half a day out of this.
Yes, I really wanted it because last year it was more of like a dance party afterwards, and we had a slip and slide. But now I wanted really to keep the families engaged and staying and having a good time. I know we have families coming from out of town that are going to set up camp for the day and have a tent and cook out and
Love that.
yeah. So
That
it's-
is excellent.
Yeah, it's going to be a great morning.
One more time for somebody who wants to come by. Do they need tickets? Do they need to register? What do they need to know?
Yes, so we have registration still open till morning of. It's $35. You get a t-shirt, a bandana, sunglasses. That'll stay open if you don't want to take part in the color walk/run. You can always just donate on our website, www.gigisplayhouse.org/Rochester. There's still sponsorships available. We'd love to see everybody out and about on Sunday.
And we would love to see the community out there supporting such a great organization. Thank you both so much this
Thank
morning.
you.
We really appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Time right now is 8:38. Much more to come on Arc Rochester, including when we come back. We'll check in again with Chris Lopez, who's back in the kitchen this morning.
Still eating breakfast out there.
Still eating,
Still
yes.
eating breakfast. Hey, don't forget, if you're heading for the door, take us with you. Did you know Arc Rochester is streaming live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and foxrochester.com?
I did because I read this script every day, but if you at home didn't know, now you know.
Now you do. Hey, Arc Rochester is back after this.
right, welcome back. We know Rochester has so many amazing restaurants to choose from. Well, next week you won't have to choose. 2 of them will be combining forces for a 5-course meal.
Yeah, they're Doughboyz Rock and Public Provisions. Our resident food critic, or that's what he wants to be, Chris Lopez, he's just hungry, is out there tasting the menu. Hey, Christopher.
Hey, what's up, guys? I have to taste the menu to let the audience know if it's worthwhile to go to a collaboration. And guess what? Yes, it is. That's going to be 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock next Tuesday. It's Doughboyz Rock, Public Provisions, combining the bread, the pizza, the spices, you name it. And then, of course, we got some beer. Saga Beer Works, Paul Guarancini, did I get that right?
Good.
The owner here. We got a new beer, though, coming out.
That's right. And this one will be on the collaboration in the 5th course, the dessert course. This one's called Fox and Hound Pub Ale. So it's an English-style pub ale. So light, relatively light beer, great for the end of the meal. Nice, lightly malty, toffee, caramely kind of character. No hops. So very, very good with a waffle, banana foster, and
So it's almost a dessert beer, am I getting?
It's not really a dessert beer, but the English would drink this all the time.
Okay. And let's pour some fresh out of this here. Getting it right out of the tank.
It's almost done. It's fully fermented, cold, but it just needs a little fizz. Just needs a little fizz here.
Okay. I'm going to wait to drink this. I may not wait. That's good stuff. I like that. How long does it take to brew this?
Cheers.
Cheers.
About 2 weeks.
Okay. Dessert-ish beer. You could drink this when you come home for just take a load off after work.
Exactly.
But, you know, this does pair incredibly well with a cookie. And the fellas at Doughboyz Rock happen to have that cookie coming out with it right now. We got to pour them something. They've been hard at work, right, Paul?
Get to it.
We got Jim Zobel, we got Nico, the sous chef. You're topping this off here. Let's get that out of the way. This is not just any kind of cookie. This is a sourdough cookie. Explain a little bit about that, what you're doing right now, and what this cookie is even called.
So this one is the strawberry funfetti with a whipped cream on top. And then this is our double chocolate pistachio Dubai cookie, which is pistachio puree and toffee.
That's it right there. Look at that. How do you make the pistachio topping?
So we take a couple quarts of shelled pistachios, we blanch them, and then Nico and I spend about 2 to 3 hours peeling each pistachio, and then we make a simple syrup puree with the pistachios, and then we fold the kataifi in there, and then the pistachios after.
That is beautiful. And these are sourdough cookies, same dough that you make the pizza with, which blew my mind.
So we use all of our discard from feeding the sourdough starter, and we fold it into the cookie.
Okay, I want to try this, and it goes well with the beer. All right, fellas, you guys can join in too on this cookie. I'm gonna take this. Start the show. Cheers, guys! Thank you for joining us this morning, hosting us. Tickets still available?
Tickets still available.
Tickets still
Get
available.
it while you can.
Okay. Speechless. That is beautiful right there. That happened. That's like a top 3 level cookie that I've ever tasted in my entire life. Wow. And you can not eat a ton of it, right? But the sourdough helps with the essentially the processing of that cookie in your stomach, so you're not incredibly full the entire time. You're eating pizza, you're eating cookies, all thanks to the sourdough bread, your meticulous process. Guys, where can people get tickets for next Tuesday?
Ticket Leap at Sager.com.
Guys, I'm going to bring back a little bit of cookies for you guys. Dan, I don't know if you can have any of this. These are not vegan. I'm sorry, my friend. But Abby, Marty, whoever else wants them, you guys can have some cookies. Back to you in studio.
6:47 this Monday morning. All week long, we are going to be highlighting the Golisano Children's Hospital's Miracle Kids.
Yeah, one of those miracles is Cody, who's a survivor after suffering life-threatening injuries when a tree fell on top of him. Treatment for a broken wrist typically means a cast, or worst case, surgery. So when Sabrina Levins got the call that her son, Cody, may have broken his at an after-school program, she figured the Thanksgiving holiday, just days away, might be a little less cheerful.
I figured he'd just be sitting there holding his arm when I got there, but that wasn't the case.
But when Sabrina arrived, she saw every mother's worst fear.
And I looked over and I saw the ambulance there, and the kid laying on the ground. And I'm like, what's this? Like, no. And I got closer and I'm like, no, no, this ain't gonna happen. He was just gasping for air. And I just looked at her and just started screaming, kind of hit my knees. Just like, I remember I giving her a hug and just screaming, yelling.
At first, no one knew exactly what happened to Cody. His wrist was badly broken. He needed a specialist to fix it. But it was clear something much more serious was going on. His blood pressure plummeted. Then he complained of stomach pain. When his abdomen began to swell, things went from bad to worse.
His stomach was split in half, disconnected, and his organs were smushed.
Cody was airlifted from Bath, New York, and rushed into emergency surgery at Golisano Children's Hospital.
I've never seen a kid with the amount of injuries he had.
So what did happen to Cody? How did a perfectly healthy 11-year-old end up fighting for his life? It turns out a tree in the yard of his after-school program fell on top of him while he was playing.
I didn't even believe it was still that tree. I mean, it's a big ash tree. Like, it's big, it's heavy. It was laying beside him, but it was going the same direction as him.
Cody's injuries were severe, and his recovery long. He lost his spleen and nearly 80% of his pancreas.
He's got to be on medicine for the rest of his life, pretty much. He did really good physical therapy. It was really hard at first.
But Cody's doctor, Dr. Darcy, says he's resilient.
He was in the intensive care unit for several weeks, and he really bounced back just incredibly.
The list of doctors, nurses, and specialists who cared for Cody at GCH is extensive. Sabrina says she is forever grateful.
They came in constantly. He was under constant watch. They didn't push me out even though like he was in a state of not moving.
Today, thanks to his team, Cody is back to being a kid. He's riding his scooter, swimming, and playing with friends. And soon, his mom thinks he'll be back on his bike.
He's full of smiles, and he's getting his weight back and just doing amazing as far as his recovery. He's just, if you didn't see the scar, you wouldn't think it.
And most importantly, Cody is just being a kid again. And Sabrina, she got her son safely back home. Now, if you would like to make more miracles happen, you can always donate. Let's pop up a QR code, I believe, that we have. You can also always visit 13wham.com. Click on the link to the hospital's giving page, and you can donate to help make these stories happen. Really, one is more incredible than the next, and we're going to be highlighting them, like you said, all throughout the week. And, just when I get done writing one and I think, this kid was truly amazing, and their family was amazing too, the next one is just even more incredible.
Well, and it's really powerful how resilient these kids are. You look at these stories and trying to complain about anything in life.
Right.
Just seems so insignificant.
And it also makes you step back and realize how grateful we should be for every moment that we are happy and healthy, and our loved ones are too. You think about Cody and his mom. They're getting ready for Thanksgiving. They're getting ready for the holidays. He's playing at an after-school program. And in one split second, their lives were changed for months. And in his case, I mean, he'll be on medication for the rest
Forever.
of his life.
Yeah.
He will be able to, at least what the doctors say, live a happy, healthy life. He will go on to do amazing things. And, you know, the world is ahead of him, but this will be a moment that sticks with him forever.
Yeah. And I mean, it speaks volumes to the incredible team, the staff, the doctors, the nurses,
Yes.
the janitor, literally everyone at Golisano Children's Hospital, because without them, these stories would more often than not have just tragic endings.
Yeah, and you know, you think about the care that people get at Golisano, and it's the basic care at first. Not basic, but you know, it's the care you would think of, right?
Yes.
The ICU, the neonatal care unit, you know, the surgery department, all of that stuff. But then it's the other small, individualized departments, you know, extensive physical therapy for young children, and special eating programs, feeding programs for newborns that are, you know, weeks and weeks and weeks premature. We're going to go over so many of these this week because there are so many individualized little units tucked into these stories that have made a difference on the lives of the people that we're going to be talking about.
Yeah, and the bedside manner there is second to none.
Absolutely.
The way they don't treat patients like patients, they treat patients as the people and the individuals they are, which is really makes it even better.
Absolutely. All right. Well, hey, look forward to that. We'll be sharing these stories throughout the week. And don't forget, you can always donate. More information on how to over on 13wham.com.
8:54 this morning. Stick around. A lot more to come here on ARC Rochester.
We're back after this. Much more to come this morning on ARC Rochester. As we continue into the 9 o'clock hour, we'll be breaking down some top national headlines when we go behind the story with what you need to know.
And then later, we're going to be taking a look at the new toy that's sweeping the nation and has parents dishing out hundreds, yes, hundreds of dollars. We'll tell you more in this morning's Trending Now.
Don't go anywhere. We're back after this. with us on Arc Rochester, I'm Abby Fridman.
And I'm Dan Schrack. Meteorologist Mark McLean here with us once again. We'll get a check of the forecast in just a few minutes, but we do want to run down your Arc Rochester news break.
This morning, Hamas is set to release the last known living American hostage in Gaza. They say they will free Eden Alexander as a goodwill gesture for the Trump administration. The New Jersey native and Israeli soldier was taken captive October 7th, 2023. This will be the first hostage release since Israel shattered an 8-week ceasefire with Hamas. Alexander's family is on their way to Israel ahead of his release.
The anticipated release comes just as the president heads to the Middle East with stops planned in Saudi Arabia and the UAE. But it's his final stop in Qatar that's raising eyebrows. Sources say the royal family is gifting the Trump administration a custom Boeing 747 worth roughly $400 million. The aircraft would then be transferred to the Trump Presidential Library Foundation ahead of the end of his term, a move some experts say raised national security and ethical concerns.
Meantime, following months of uncertainty, the United States and China have reached a trade agreement. U.S. and Chinese officials say they've reached a deal to roll back most of their recent tariffs and call for a 90-day pause so they can keep talking to resolve trade disputes. The announcement has sent shares surging this Monday morning.
A Sunday night garage fire in Spencerport that killed 2 pets is under investigation. Crews were called to Brockport Spencerport Road around 7:30 last night and reportedly had those flames under control in about 20 minutes. Thankfully, no people were injured. The fire was contained to only the garage.
A St. John Fisher University student is expected to be charged this morning in relation to an attempted kidnapping on campus that happened last year. Shalom Matthews is accused of trying to stab an employee at the School of Pharmacy in February of last year. The victim was able to escape. Matthews is expected to be arraigned on several charges, including stalking, kidnapping, assault, and sex abuse. He's also facing charges in relation to a different incident. He's accused of sending graphic and disturbing messages to a former Brighton High School student, as well as a staff member over the course of several years. More updates to come on 13wham.com.
And for all these stories and any new developments, you can head over to our website anytime. That's 13wham.com.
All right, we'll switch gears now. Mark is here for the answer to today's weather trivia and a look at our beautiful Monday forecast. Mark.
Yeah, big change, a big difference in the story today compared to where we were just 5 years ago, right? Check out the trivia for this morning. If you took a guess at it, we had a very cold start to the month of May back in 2020. So how cold did it get? You know, this time of the year, think about you walk outside, Can we have frost? The answer is
sure.
Yeah, you could have frost. Could it get down to 23 degrees? That's a little chilly, right?
It's a little low.
25, 30, 35. Where did it land today?
I'm gonna guess 35.
35?
I think so.
Ooh, I think that's high.
You do?
Well,
I do.
Well, you saw the answer.
Julie
so
said
now I
A.
don't know.
Vaughn said A. Deborah said B.
Yeah, I'm going to go with 25 because I saw a 29 and 27 on that board that you had there.
Okay. Here's the answer. It was 30. It was 30. So just a little bit below the freezing point. But again, for this time of the year, that's the last thing you want to see at this time of the year. That's just too cold. Now, this was also part of a really cold start to the month of May in 2020. We actually established 4 record low temperatures in the first 13 days of the month. So that was kind of, I don't want to say historic, but it's it's one of those ones that just makes you think. But the muddy paw outlook. Let's switch gears. This is Azella.
Aw.
Look at this doggy.
Oh, laying on the bed,
Chilling
just
out.
wants belly rubs.
I know.
Wants some belly rubs.
We love to see your photos. 13wham.com/chime in. And when you get a chance to send them over, we'll get as many on the air as we can. There's a QR code on your screen that makes it easy for you. Just scan that code. And obviously your weather pictures and your photos from Highland Park too.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a ferret, if it's a turtle, send them.
When you're here on Friday, I'll put on the picture of the parrot.
You need to do it.
Yeah.
I'm not here Friday.
I know. That's
But
what I'm trying to goad you to.
I'm going to be watching.
We'll be on the treadmill at the gym.
My God, yeah, he's not. Okay, let's go back to that muddy paw outlook. Nice day today. Tomorrow we could get some soakers. So, wet paws, maybe somewhere in between wet paws and maybe a towel. It's still kind of muddy out there, but we'll have to watch that. And Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, not a washout, but certainly could be a few wet paws out there. But today's story, look at this jump. It was 41 degrees a few hours ago. It is now 61 in Rochester, areas southwest down towards Warsaw, already close to 70. So it's going to have that summer feel to it today without the humidity. But the satellite radar, not quite as bad as it was last week, but this is a very slow-moving area of low pressure that's back to our southwest. And this is going to be lifting up towards Ohio and kind of stalling out just to our southwest. So with something like that just hanging around, we'll have some passing showers in the forecast Tuesday through Friday this week. And we'll see about the weekend. It does look like that small chance may even linger into the weekend. So I straightened this out.
Hey.
There we go.
There we go. We're back on track here. Today, could we hit 80? It's a possibility. There's plenty of sunshine. The day length is so long this time of the year. That sun is so much higher in the sky. It's possible. Tuesday, 73. We're going to have showers around, and it could be periods of steady rain, especially towards the afternoon. We'll see Wednesdays in the mid-70s, some passing showers then. And, I think some of that risk is going to carry towards the end of the week as well. Look at temperatures on the extended for today, and it's a noticeably warmer day compared to yesterday for Mom. It was kind of chilly. It was nice to see the sunshine for Mom on Mother's Day, but it was a chilly end of the weekend. There's that chance for rain on Wednesday. It's a very small chance into Thursday as well. Upper 70s to near 80, and the humidity is going to start to go up late this week too, obviously with some of these showers. The other part about this, starting to crack the windows, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we're thinking AC yet, but overnights in the low 60s, it's warming up pretty nicely.
I have not closed the windows since I opened them a week and a half ago or something like that. And it's not going to happen.
I thought he was going to say since winter.
It's not. Well, there's one.
What's the threshold?
Tolerable. I don't know.
50?
Sure.
45?
Sure.
40?
Yeah. 40 is a little cold.
That's pushing it.
40 is a little cold. I do want to know that area of low pressure we're seeing toward the south. Do you anticipate any feedback from anyone this week?
It's not the same scenario that we had last week. It literally stalled and just spun for days to our southwest. So,
you never know.
You never know. We've only had 2 days this month so far. Today will be the third that it hasn't rained.
I know.
That's crazy. That's pretty crazy. Yeah,
Well,
it was quite a stretch.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
38 days till summer.
We really should plan a little beach trip this year.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Down to Charlotte or whatever.
100%.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm on board. I see no
Ark on the
reason
beach?
not to.
Yeah.
What's that?
Ark on the beach?
Ark on the beach. Life's a beach. Ooh,
okay.
Chris coming in clutch with the
Creative
idea.
feedback.
Yeah. Director
Yes.
Chris said
Right
we need
here.
a kiddie pool in here.
Just
I
get
have
one of those Smurf pools. And
Do you remember mine from last year?
Yes.
You brought
Yes,
one
I
in?
do.
No, I just have it at my house. It's, just enough to.
We could, we don't have an irrigation system in-house, so we would have to run cups of water. We could get a chain going, people,
Yeah.
take a couple hours.
There's a lot of extra help early in the morning to.
And a lot of time to
there
just
is.
do small little things like
Yeah, to have fun,
not
to
like
make
we're
the
doing
show
anything.
enjoyable for you at home, our most valued.
Thanks, Mark. We appreciate it.
Yep.
Time right now, 9:09. When we come back, we're learning more about a special organization that aims to support those who give support.
Hey, and don't forget, you can watch us on the go wherever you are. Arc Rochester is streaming live on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. We return after this. Welcome back. 9/11 this Monday morning. And right now we're going to be shining a light on an incredible organization that is on a mission to care for the caregivers.
David's Refuge is a Syracuse-based nonprofit now expanding its research into the Rochester area, offering much-needed support and resources to those caring for children with special needs or life-threatening medical conditions.
Joining us in studio to share more about the growing impact is the organization's Chief Energy Officer and Executive Director, Kate Hauk. Kate, thank you so much for coming in. We really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure and honor to be here. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. It's a Syracuse-based organization. What can you talk to us? Give us some background on how it got its start.
I would love to. So we were started in 2012. I mean, this is going way back, and we've been serving moms and dads in our community since then. Our founders, a mom and a dad named Warren and Brenda Fohl, they experienced what it is to be a full-time unpaid family caregiver when their son David, their middle son, who was typical until age 8, was diagnosed with a genetic disorder. And so these are really the things that we see when moms and dads, we go on this journey, let's have kids, let's do all the things. And like a light switch, many of our paths can change, and that is what happened to our founders. So for 13 years, they cared for David as any of us would. And unfortunately, of course, he did pass away. What they did after that, though, is they decided to create a bed and breakfast in their house and welcome moms and dads just like them who were on the journey of caregiving into their home to breathe life into them. So it's that oxygen mask model. And say, hey, we know what you're going through is hard. We can't take your pain away, but what we can do is remind you you are not alone in this journey. So that's how it started. And we don't serve people right in their house anymore. That model has changed significantly, but it still is the same essence, the same mission of reminding moms and dads that they are not alone and that self-care isn't selfish, it's necessary. Yeah.
That is a really meaningful thing that you just said there. Self-care isn't selfish. And I think for so many people, parents, and especially parents who have kids with special needs, or in this case, life-threatening conditions, it can be hard to take a step back and say, all right, I got to think of myself here first.
That's right.
I imagine you see that quite a bit.
We do, and that really is the reason that we do what we do. I remember one of my first, I was at a resource fair, and I was tabling, and I was talking about David's Refuge, and a mom came up to me, and she held my arm, and she said, wait a minute, you want to do something for me? And I said, yeah, we want to do something for you. And her emotions just came right out. It was like no one had told her that she also mattered in this process. And this is what we want to reinforce for caregivers. We want you to know that, yes, what you're going through is challenging, and you might be a caregiver for 30 to 40 years. We serve parents whose children are in their 50s, and the parents are now in their 80s. And this is the long haul caregiver role, which comes with social isolation. It comes with strain on all of your relationships. The marriage percentage for divorce for married couples with children with special needs is close to 80%. So what we look to do through our services is this prevention. We want to work to combat the burnout. We want to give them tools and resources, and most of all, remind them that there's people that actually really want to help them and care for them. So that's really always at the head and the focus of what we're doing.
Abby, you said it during break here before we started this segment. You can't pour from an empty cup. I want to know, though, what kind of resources there are for parents out there who might, their world is in a tizzy on a daily basis. They feel like it never stops spinning. It never slows down enough for them to catch their breath.
Yes.
So what is out there that they can take advantage of?
So our services have morphed into what I like to call 3 different areas. And moms and dads who go to our website and apply, they are open and welcome to participate in any of these. So our biggest one is called our overnight respite, where we partner with actually places like Woodcliff here. They are one of our most fond partners. We love them. And we put the moms and dads, we serve single parents and we serve couples. We put them up for an all expense paid 2-night getaway. That is our most popular service. It sells out pretty quick every year. And that is going to pull people together. It's going to give mom and dad a break, but it's also going to allow them to meet other couples who are on that same weekend experience. And that's where a lot of our funding goes. So when we're raising money in the community, it's going right back into local businesses like the Woodcliff and like local restaurants. So it's really a great model. The second is a wellness program where we actually provide mental, physical, spiritual, financial counseling and support and training, because you just never know as a parent when you're going to need that breathing technique in your back pocket, or when you're going to need to be reminded of that yoga stretch that will help you because you've been lifting your child and you're tired and your body is worn out. So we try to provide all these different tools through wellness. The third is community, and this is where we pull parents and their children, families together. We'll do a big Nourishing You Moms event, which is going to be 100 moms at Woodcliff in August, where they get to come and experience a full day of wellness, and then we also put them up overnight. So these are the types of events that we're doing through David's Refuge.
That is phenomenal.
It's incredible.
For somebody who wants to get involved or learn more information, what's a good way for them to do that?
Just call my cell. No, I'm kidding. You can visit davidsrefuge.org, and we have a contact form right on the website. We also will be doing more and more events in Rochester, and as I mentioned to you before, we're looking to hire someone in this community because I know that once we do that, this community will just embrace this mission as it already has, and we will just keep flying and serve more people.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time and for the work you do for these families that are in desperate need of that alone time, that Zen time, so they themselves can serve their loved one better. So we appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah.
Time right now is 9:18. When we come back, it is this morning's Health in a Handbasket.
Arc Rochester returns on the other side of the break.
All right, with the growing season starting or in full swing, it is now the time to incorporate fresh and delicious produce into your diet.
Yeah, for this morning's Health in a Handbasket, we're joined by registered dietitian and nutritionist Jen Hafley with some easy ways to boost our produce intake. And I mean, it can't get more simple than just going to the grocery store and getting it.
Yes, and you of course can implement some fresh produce, but it doesn't necessarily have to be fresh produce alone. It can be a good mix of stuff, especially for adults who might have taste preferences or texture preferences, or kids who are picky eaters. There are a lot of different options that allow vegetables to be a little bit more consistent in texture and flavor compared to some of our fresh produce items, which we can recognize as maybe having like a more distinct taste in one season compared to the next.
Sure.
Okay, very good. So just taking a look at some of the stuff you have here. First of all, with baby spinach, when I have it in the house, I'll like use it for a recipe. And then after that, when I have leftovers, yeah, I just like a
Right out of the bag.
Just like right out of the bag. Yep.
Yeah, so this is an easy one to add into sauces, to incorporate into smoothies, to also make your own variation on pesto if you want. So really just adding it into a blender. And I brought this one specifically because its flavor is a little bit more neutral. So if you were looking to incorporate a leafy green, let's say for instance like kale or escarole, your picky eaters might pick up on that a little bit more, and the texture is a little bit more neutral, so it'll blend easily.
I love throwing baby spinach on a sandwich though too.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
that crunch. Yep.
Yep, so then we have some pasta options. So this one has some artichoke tucked in, and then we have spinach, what is this one? Linguine, and then over near you, Dan, we've got some cauliflower gnocchi. So if you have a pasta eater or kiddos who really focus in on, I only want this particular type of food, these are perhaps good options to mix in and get them to explore.
That artichoke, tell me what that is one more time.
So it's artichoke ravioli.
Can I see that
Yeah.
down here? I want to look at the ingredients list because it looks good. No, I
Jeez.
can't. But
You could do a variation of it.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure I could come up with something on my own. I don't know that I've ever had artichoke in a ravioli.
Sounds good
Yeah.
It does sound delicious.
I will shout out Wegmans. They do a lot of really great
The
like
gnocchi.
veggie pastas.
Gosh, who doesn't
Yeah.
love gnocchi?
Yeah, those are good. You know, my only
Delightful.
problem with them is that they come in these little tiny packages.
I know.
could eat one of these and then have another too.
Well, absolutely. And what is this? This is 9. Yeah. This isn't enough for
Little
one
hefty
person.
price tag,
I need
yeah.
2 of those.
These, the zoodles, this
Yes.
is like, I shouldn't even have these in the house. I know they're good for me, but I would eat this entire bag. Just like, wow, okay, maybe I have a food problem here.
This and the spinach, mix it together, you got yourself a meal.
Yeah, I might add a little bit of protein in there, protein of your choice,
Sure.
but I would definitely agree you're getting an adequate produce intake with a little bit of that pasta feel.
Absolutely. What do we have here? Riced cauliflower.
Okay, I got issues with rice cauliflower, but tell us about
well,
the...
wait. Okay, you give us your point, and Jen will make the counterpoint
Well, no,
for it.
listen, I know that it's good for you. I know all this stuff, but in my mind, it's not the equivalent of rice. It's something entirely different.
Yeah.
okay,
When I
okay.
had roommates when I was in grad school, and they like tried to convince me all the time that like rice cauliflower, rice mashed potatoes, it all tasted the same. And I'm like, this
yeah,
is
no.
psychotic behavior. It is two entirely different things.
It is very different. But if you don't like the rice, what you can do, I love taking sorry, Jen, I'm taking over here. A head of cauliflower, cutting the bottom off, sticking some cloves of garlic in there, some S&P
True.
and olive oil over top, roasting it upside down in the oven. Delightful.
This
people.
week's Health in a Handbasket brought to you by Dan Crack. Anyways, Jen, what is your advice for cooking this?
So I actually agree with you. I would say that riced veggies don't take the place of our traditional carbohydrates. There's the joke going around on the internet that cauliflower is trying to be everything to everyone, right?
Yep.
Taking over a lot
That
of
sounds
potato
true.
and carbohydrate-based things. It doesn't replace a carbohydrate, in my opinion, and how I would recommend it is it's more meant to enhance something that you're already doing. So if you like rice, if you're doing a veggie stir fry and you want something that you can mix in and add a little bit more produce in an easy way, this is a good one to steam and then mix in without a lot of effort or without a lot of mess, because I have been known to cut up my cauliflower and then it goes everywhere.
Yeah.
So
I have had these in the past. Delightful.
Oh, veggie burgers.
Delightful,
Those are
yes. They're veggie burgers, but it's all just vegetables.
yes, it's vegetables compared to some of our other options for veggie burgers, which are a bit more soy-based. So throwing in an option with perhaps some cheese could be a different way to incorporate your vegetables, or you could pair it with a burger too.
Are they actually this color green?
Yeah.
That's
They are.
wild. Broccoli,
Yeah.
kale, white bean, and spinach.
Broccoli is the first ingredient on that packaging. So it's packed with fiber and it's also delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's here?
So these are some tots. They're cauliflower tots. They also have sweet potato and broccoli tots. And I grabbed the one with cheese and bacon in them, so you can see they can be flavored a little bit differently.
I don't know. I
Winning
think
combo right
think
there.
we missed the eye roll there when you said they're cauliflower tops.
No, that was a look at you like, oh my God, it has bacon.
Okay.
No, it was a good thing. That was like, I feel like
that might be okay though for even people who are not a fan of something like this, because you've got cheese and bacon
and
in
it's
it.
not pretending to be the traditional potato tater tot.
Yeah.
No, it's something
its
different.
own thing.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely. Jen, hit people at home with the socials. If they want to learn more, if they want to incorporate more veggies in their diet, where can they find you?
rdnjen.com and Instagram at rdnjen.
Awesome. Thanks, Jen. We appreciate it. Time right now, 9:27. Much more to come here on ARC Rochester.
We are back after this. Thanks so much for sticking with us here on ARC Rochester. We want to switch gears now this morning and take you behind some of the top national stories.
Yeah, I'll start things out this half hour. President Trump is moving to take a big swing at prescription drug prices, announcing a new executive order aimed at bringing costs down for Americans. The policy is being called the most favored nation model. It would tie what Medicare pays for certain drugs to the lowest price available in other developed countries. The White House says it could lead to major savings, cutting some drug prices by up to 80%. This isn't Trump's first attempt to tackle the issue. A similar plan, you might remember, was introduced during his first term. However, it was blocked by the courts and later reversed under the Biden administration. Supporters say the policy is long overdue. They're arguing that Americans shouldn't pay more for the same medications other countries get for less. They say it could save seniors money and reduce Medicare spending. However, critics warn this plan could backfire. Drug companies argue it would hurt innovation, limit access to new treatments, and potentially lead to shortages. I'm sorry, I'm choking right now.
No, it's okay.
Some people also worry it could discourage investment in life-saving research. Markets reacted swiftly. Shares of major pharmaceutical companies dropped following that big announcement. Still, President Trump says the time to act is now. promising to take on what he calls big pharma greed and also make drug prices more affordable for everyday Americans.
Now, listen, I think there are few things that are more important than getting this under control. And of course, Big Pharma is going to take issue with this. It's cutting into the bottom line. It's cutting into the profit margin. But it's the profit margin from one of the countries that pays the absolute most for medications that, are partially funded on the taxpayers' backs.
Yeah.
We forget often that we pay for a lot of this research that's done to come up with these medications that are then prescribed to us. We should absolutely be benefiting from those tax dollars.
It'll be interesting to see if it can actually make some headway here. We know that it was reversed, right, under the Biden administration. I'll be really interested to see what happens over the coming months in regards to this. People rely on those medications, life-saving medications. We talked earlier a little bit about chemotherapy and other antibody treatments for different disorders and different diseases and stuff. And, if people can't get that stuff at an affordable price, more often than not, they're just going to not want to take it.
Yep.
Or not get the treatment.
I think it needs to go even further, though. I don't think it should just be for certain kinds of cancer medications and certain kinds of drugs for people with pre-existing conditions. This needs to go across the board all the way. We should not be paying the most for prescription drugs. We just shouldn't. There's my opinion. All right, another story to talk about this morning, another headline. Starting today, booking a concert ticket or a hotel room online should come with fewer surprises. The new FTC rule just took effect, and it's all about cracking down on so-called junk fees. You know how it goes. You find the great price online, you click checkout, then suddenly that $200 ticket is $280. Well, the FTC says this rule takes the mystery out of pricing. Now, it's important to note that companies can still charge fees, and I guarantee they will. But now they have to show the full price up front, including service fees, resort fees, convenience charges, you name it. You have to know about it before you click buy. Ticketmaster is already showing pop-ups with the total price before you buy the ticket, and StubHub is breaking down each charge before you click confirm. The rule also says the full price has to be the most noticeable number on the screen. It can't be small or hidden in the fine print at the very end. The change gained momentum after the chaos over Taylor Swift ticket prices. You remember that a couple of years back. Many fans were blindsided by added fees in states like Minnesota passing their own laws to stop it. Still, the FTC says this is just the beginning because bait and switch pricing is still an issue. Now, critics call this move government overreach and say it micromanages how businesses operate. But the FTC believes this could save Americans about $11 billion over the next 10 years. And I don't know that you're going to find anybody out there who's booked a hotel room, an Airbnb, a concert ticket, who's going to take issue with this, because they're going to know before they give their credit card information just how much this is going to cost them. We now know what to save for if we want to go to the Taylor Swift show. You don't have to guesstimate how much those fees are going to actually be.
Yeah, I can't even tell you how many times, you're talking with friends, you're in the group chat, all right, we're going to this concert, we're doing this, and then, this is how much it's going to be, feel free to Venmo me, and then you buy the tickets, and then it's like, oh, just kidding, it's $100 more.
Exactly.
And then it's, it's a big deal. It is a very big deal.
It absolutely is. Again, a lot of people or critics, not a lot of people, the critics out there say, no, this is, again, micromanaging how a business operates, and the FTC, the federal government, should have no oversight on that or no say on this. But When the consumer is saying this is an issue and it needs to fix or we're not going to shop here anymore, then guess what? Fix it or lose the customer.
Yeah, certainly food for thought, right?
Certainly is.
All right, time right now, 9:35. Much more to come this morning. When we come back, we'll be taking a look at stories that have people talking.
And don't forget, you can take us on the go wherever you are. Arc Rochester is streaming live right now on the 13WAM YouTube channel and foxrochester.com.
Time to take a look at what is trending this Monday morning, starting with a new must-have toy.
Okay, so we are introducing the Labubu doll. Is that right?
I think so.
Labubu doll. Yeah. It's a palm-sized, ugly, cute plush toy with sharp teeth, pointy ears, and a mischievous smile.
Okay, it's sold in a blind box format, meaning you don't know what kind of style you're going to get until you open it.
Okay, so these were first introduced a decade ago by an artist in Hong Kong, but they've recently become incredibly popular after being featured as keychains on the bags of celebrities like Rihanna and Dua Lipa.
In the last month, they've gone viral on social media. Some unboxing videos on TikTok have accumulated over 3 million views.
The latest collection sold out in seconds. The retail price per box is $27.99. Is it one Labubu per box?
I think so.
Yes. Okay.
So now, due to tariffs, increased popularity, and for specific designs, people are spending anywhere from $50 to $300.
Nope. That's when I'd say, sorry, kid. Or we'll teach you how to knit or crochet or sew, and you can make your own Labubu.
I don't know. I don't get the whole,
I don't understand the ugly craze. Like, it's ugly. It's supposed to be ugly.
I see. When I look at that, I don't think it's ugly. It just looks like a stuffed animal. Can we see it again, Ashley, please? I don't know. It's fine to me. I gotta get closer.
No, it looks evil.
Well, don't
and that's a
book by its
person.
cover. You don't know if he's evil or not.
This is the only photos I could find and use, unfortunately. So this is just
They all kind of look the same too,
one
Ashley.
version of it. This is just one version of it.
Okay.
Other genres and styles come in like, there's ones that look like foxes, so they're orange and have tails.
Okay.
Labubu, more like La No Thanks.
That was so lame. You really thought you were doing something. You
No,
did not.
I tried to come up with something. I was like, this ain't working.
No, not good. All right.
Yeah,
we gotta
not a
move on
fan.
now.
Hard
move
pass.
on.
All right, another story. Kids trend that's grabbing attention, but this time it's getting attention for all the wrong reasons. Yeah, this is all the wrong reasons.
Okay, viral TikTok trend known as the Chromebook Challenge, encouraging students to insert metal objects like paper clips into their laptop charging ports, causing electrical short circuits that can lead to fires.
Yeah, not a smart idea. You know what other kids are doing? They're using lead from their pencils.
Yeah.
Those little pump pencils. The trend originated in Connecticut, apparently, when a high school had to be evacuated last week because a student's laptop started spilling smoke.
Experts say the smoke is toxic, highly toxic, and the trend has now spread to several states, including California, North Carolina, New Jersey, and right here in the great state of New York.
Yeah, we had a school district reach out last week warning parents against this. This challenge has led to multiple evacuations, property damage, and at least one student hospitalized because of smoke inhalation.
The students participating in the challenge have faced disciplinary actions, some resulting in criminal arson charges.
Now, you get what you get. Law enforcement across the country have issued warnings to parents to be aware of this trend.
TikTok has removed related content and has also blocked searches for the Chromebook Challenge. However, alternative hashtags are being used by users. Have you noticed that these trends on social media have gotten a little more dangerous the further we've gone into the years?
Yeah, they're damaging and harmful. There's no like good trend out. I mean, the best trend we've got is people putting edible glitter in their pickle jars.
Well, that too. But like I remember when I might have been college. Do you remember the cinnamon challenge? You take a spoonful of cinnamon and you try to swallow it. And it's like impossible. Like that one was dangerous at the time.
Yeah,
like,
of
you
course.
could inhale it.
Yeah.
Or like you had to eat like a stack of saltine crackers in a certain amount of time. To me, all of that seems relatively innocent in comparison to this. I mean, kids are facing legal charges.
Yeah. Well, and listen, it just goes to show you, you can't fix stupid. You can't. I mean, you're either using that big old thing in between your ears or you're not. And if you're sticking pencils and pieces of metal into your Chromebook, you're not using what's upstairs. Yeah. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
Exactly. And not to mention, okay, you could, you could cause a fire, you're damaging the school's property. Oh, you could get electrocuted. Like, why are you sticking metal into a computer?
I'm not understanding the point of it.
It smokes.
Okay, I understand that.
That's the point of it.
That's what I was thinking. Like, what is the challenge? What
ruin
is
your
it?
Chromebook?
Let's see if I can damage my Chromebook.
Man, give it to me. I really need a new laptop.
Okay, I have offered to give you one that I have had for 2 years.
I'm not doing it. I'm a MacBook girl or nothing.
Oh, okay. Okay. Listen, beggars can't be choosers, sister. Stick around. When we come back, we're telling you if a trend is here to stay or should go away.
We're back after this. you
the
in
law.
charge of everything?
9:46, because I am putting my foot down. They are taking part whether they want to or not. It's time for another edition of Trench Trials here on. What's that, McLean? What's that?
My career ending soon.
Okay. So we're talking about this. We talked about this.
Yeah.
When was this? April.
Last
at
month.
some point.
Yeah, last month. It's the caffeinated hot sauce from 5 Hour Energy, the brand of 5 Hour Energy.
So we got the hot sauce, but we also got the hot sauce was a giveaway if you ordered that bad boy right there, camera 2. You're right. Which is the 5 Hour Energy.
Look at the B.
Spicy Cinco de Mango.
Yeah,
good for
energy.
Good?
It's good for energy. Yeah,
Yeah.
B12 and
listen,
B6.
Before you open, squeeze the bottle. Why does it sound like this? Listen. Why is mine
I
like
don't like it.
crunchy?
Crispy.
Hear that on the mic?
Is that? There's something in the casing. Yeah, that's a little different.
It's just taco shell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Crushed taco
That'd be
shells.
good. Okay, so we're gonna
Do we
try
shake
this.
it
This
first?
sounds gross.
Here's how
It
this
just
played
sound-
out. Ashley immediately ordered this on a Monday morning as soon as it went live online because we wanted
Hold
that
on.
right there, that hot sauce.
Okay.
This,
Hang on here.
God, this
We-
has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug
Of
Administration.
course it hasn't.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Not FDA approved.
They sent us the 5 Hour Energy, but they did not send the hot sauce. That's why we're late with this. We were going to do this for Cinco de Mayo. So we're going to try the 5 Hour Energy. It's got
20,833% of my
don't worry about
daily
it. It'll be
value
fine.
of vitamin B12.
I don't think I really want to be doing
Is this?
There's
I
230
have never had one
milligrams
of
of
these in my
caffeine.
You've
life.
never had one
Never.
of these?
Me
Is
neither.
this a
I've never
sipper?
had one
So
either.
Or
many
a
people
slammer.
drink these. So many people drink these.
Oh,
I
wow.
promise you'll be okay.
Did you already try it?
Yeah. There's some heat to that.
Is it good? Is it going to make me gag?
No, try it.
Yeah, it's gonna bite you.
Oh, I want a pretzel with it then.
One and done. Come
I
on, down
almost
it
just
once.
swore.
Down it once.
I am not drinking
You're
any more of
drinking
it.
the whole thing.
I almost, that,
It's hot.
It smells good though.
It's hot. It really
was
is.
almost a
he's
mortgage.
He
trying it.
drinks 5 cups of coffee. This is the equivalent of
Dan,
2 and a
you're gonna have
half.
a panic attack so bad today.
that or he's going to throw up at the gym.
I cannot
Listen.
wait to see Dan in the newsroom after this is over.
That's what he's going to be doing. He's going to be
I am sweating. That was
That's
was
kind
hot.
of good
Okay.
actually. That's pretty good. I'm not drinking the whole thing, but that's pretty
that
good.
pretzel in
I,
that?
I thought I was
No.
going to need the pretzel. I didn't. This is pretty good.
It was definitely
I thought
worse
it was going to
than
be
first.
gross.
Okay, so we're doing.
This is not bad.
Are we sharing? Are we sharing hot sauce?
Yeah, it's not like
Yeah.
foodies.
Do a
Okay.
Lay's.
So now this is the caffeinated hot sauce.
And the hot sauce is caffeinated?
Caffeinated hot sauce. That's the whole thing. It's 200 milligrams of caffeine in a serving.
Let's see. Pull that back and focus.
See, I love that.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
definitely
got good
not
flavor.
bad.
Yep.
That's
That I can
actually
get behind.
decent. Try it with a potato chip.
Okay,
I can
you
get
have the
behind that.
pretzels or no?
I haven't.
Can you?
Yeah. That's good.
That is good.
That's good hot sauce.
Oh, the chip.
Why
really
the
hungry.
caffeine though?
could go
Maybe
for
you're
breakfast.
eating a breakfast burrito. I want more caffeine. That's too much caffeine. 230 here.
That's a
How
lot
much
of
is in this?
A lot.
200, I think. You know what we need? We need breakfast burritos.
With
That's
that.
what I was saying.
Yeah. That is good.
Hey, can you get on that for later in the week?
I can definitely get behind
No.
that hot sauce.
Is there any
This
pizza
stuff
in the
is not
fridge?
easy to go.
Yes, there is.
Go grab the pizza. We'll put the hot sauce on it.
You go grab the pizza.
Oh boy, he's getting bossy.
Just in charge of
See,
it.
that thing's already kicking in. Look at his eyes.
I'm trying to
He's
find
just
out how much
shaking over
caffeine
there.
is in this.
Like a little chihuahua.
So do you think it
Yeah.
passes the trench coat?
200 milligrams.
I'm fine with it.
My nose is running from this stuff.
Finish it.
Looks like it's okay.
Oh.
It's still on your
Dan, do
face.
you feel like a boost? Do you feel like you got a little pick-me-up?
No.
Do some workouts. Maybe you have to
Push-ups.
start
Give
getting
us
it in
some
your system.
push-ups.
There he goes.
Let's go, Lopez.
You can go
How many?
0, 0, 0, 0, 0,
They don't count?
0. Let's go, Ranger. 0, 0,
Why does it
0,
say zero?
0. Chest
not
to the
counting.
ground.
Oh yeah? Like it has to bump?
Yeah.
Otherwise it doesn't count?
Put like
I'm gonna sweat right through this
a
soup.
fist right there, and then
Ooh, do it. Put your fist down.
How many can you do, Dan?
I don't know. Is anybody counting?
breaking
No,
out
they're
a
all
lot.
0 right
25?
What are you doing?
Chest to the fist. Let's go.
Oh my goodness.
There we go.
He's doing
He's
good.
done like I'll say
30.
he's up there near 40 right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at him.
That
Look
was-
at the veins popping out of his head.
Every morning he comes into the makeup room and he's like, I think I'm gonna bust out of this suit. Guns are too big.
Look at the shoulders.
I gotta sit down.
Not shoulder pads either.
Ashley, how much time do we have left?
A
You
minute.
guys can wrap it up if you want.
Okay, cool. It's not bad.
We'll eat pizza on the next hit.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Good.
All right.
Stick around. Pizza after the break.
Okay.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Ed can't eat that.
No, I can't eat any of it, so I'm demanding you eat some of that pizza right
What
now.
happened to him this morning?
I'm in.
What happened to who?
I'm in.
Dan.
What do you
Why
mean?
is he throwing on the
This is- well,
did you
this
have the
is no
general?
different
Yeah,
than-
I've been eating all morning.
Clearly,
Yeah.
you've already
Any other
had it.
Monday.
The General Shrek. the 4-star.
That's great.
Is it great?
That's awesome.
It's really good.
You got to heat it up.
You guys want to try one of the cookies? Just
You
break-
want us to try
I
one.
do. Break a piece off and try it.
Those are sweeter than this. So if you
Yeah.
don't want something with a ton of sweetness, let's see.
Come on. Let's go, Nicholas.
Really good.
Get over here.
You can see
Nick's
Jump
big
in.
here.
TV debut.
Break one of
These
these.
are great. These are great. Really sweet. They taste like Smarties to me.
Take one of those, Nick. Stand here and
That's
eat
Nick.
it, though, because
That's
we got to get
Ian.
the reaction. This is our good pal, Nick.
You've got to behave, buddy.
Yeah. Don't say anything. We're on television.
Don't eat too slow. It's slow motion.
What are your thoughts?
Look right at camera 2.
TVMA rating coming.
I'm not wearing a mic, so they can't hear me.
Yeah.
Yes.
They can now.
Oh, okay.
What are your thoughts?
It's okay.
Oh my God, Nick.
All right.
To be fair, that is Nick's reaction too.
Just about every. I mean, that was excited. Nick.
Mark, do you want?
I'm going
Okay.
to town on this pizza.
That was
here.
exciting.
Do you want to
Nick.
try part
You
of this?
like it?
McLean?
Good.
Oh, you have to.
Here, I'm gonna give you that.
Those are
Well,
sweet. Just
I will eat anything you put in front of me.
I need. Did you try the Dubai
Yes. Oh,
You
yeah.
did?
Yeah.
Oh, look at this frosting.
pistachio?
That's
Very
amazing.
good.
See it?
Made with the.
Whoa,
Like
whoa.
the frosting looked
Are
like
you
it.
kidding me?
What?
That is insanely good.
Yes.
I'm dropping
wow.
it everywhere.
It tastes like a Smartie, like the roll of Smarties to me. I don't know. Some people said it tastes like
What kind is this?
other kind of candy. What was it called?
Nick, who said it's all right. He's over here devouring that cookie right now.
He
Just
just got
FYI.
nervous. He just got
100% on
nervous.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are those
On
are
that cookie?
Those
Okay,
are
McLean,
phenomenal.
try-
Those are phenomenal.
Break a piece off
Just
of
a
this.
small piece.
Well, you break it. I can't eat it.
Yeah.
So you can't touch it. You can't even be near it.
Well, I mean, I can touch it.
This one's different?
I mean, that does
Yeah,
look
it's
good.
it's a little more subtle.
What is this on
than
top,
the pistachio.
Chris?
I didn't see them make that one.
Is
I
it
only
cream
saw them
cheese
make.
or what?
It's some type of a cream frosting, so it's going to give you that cake.
Abby, what
that
you
almost
tell me
cereal
what it tastes
kind
What
of.
it tastes like, it just tastes good.
Is it like buttercream though, or like a cream cheese-based frosting?
Really like whipped up.
Yeah, whipped.
Yeah.
Almost like a like the cereal milk that you sometimes get on cookies.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys will know what I'm
It's got a
talking
good
about.
flavor too.
But
Yeah.
like really sweet.
That is good. That is
They like it.
Yeah, I like
That's
it.
really
Yeah.
sweet.
Hey, that does it for us here on Arc Rochester. Make sure to wake up with us again tomorrow morning starting at 4:57 over on 13 Wham ABC. We'll also have much more live local news for you on 13 Wham News at midday. We'll see you then. Have a great day.